everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I am bringing you something a little different. If you noticed the title of this video, this is going to be a Yarnie update. If you follow me at all on Twitter or Instagram, you'll know that I have more than one hobby. So, a little bit of backstory. When I started my social media presence, so my blog and this channel, it was never meant to be just about one thing, which is why I named my channel and my blog Disis19 Hearts, because it's things that I heart. And it turned into being solely about books, which is fine. I went through a couple years of vigorous reading. I have always been a reader, but reading is only a part of me. It's only one of the things that I enjoy. One of the other things I enjoy is crafting. I both knit and crochet, so it got me to thinking that I should really remember why I picked the name that I did. So I'm finally getting around to posting my first Yarnie update. So this is going to be only about crafting, either knitting or crocheting or crafting knickknacks that I've picked up or yarn. So if that's not something that you're interested in, I am sorry. But I am going to have a couple of these on my channel every once in a while. I'm not going to say for sure that I'm going to have one like on a particular schedule, but I will have one on this channel every once in a while. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now. I guess the first thing to talk about, this is not a new item, but it's what I'm wearing. This is a crocheted granny square shrug or granny cocoon shrug. I crocheted this about a year ago. It was crocheted with mostly Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn, which is very soft in the linen color, and then I just used scrap yarns that I had in the Vanna's Choice black and this gray color, and this brown was also Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. So yeah, this is not a new item or finished object, but it's one that I did create and I really like it. It's nice and squishy. It was super easy to make. If you are a crocheter and would like to make one, I followed a tutorial from Nadia over at Yarn Utopia, and I'll go ahead and link that tutorial down in the description box below in case you're interested. So I guess moving on from there, I'll go on to my next finished object, and I just finished this. You may have seen it on my Instagram. It was living in my Haunted Mansion project bag, which my mother made for me. Let me just put this on the side over here. And it is a sweater. Here is my sweater. I'm not sure how that is coming across. This is the Mercury Pullover. I don't know if I can like stand up and show it a little closer. So this is the front part, and there's also back cable panel. So this is the Mercury Pullover by Patty Waters, and I started this on January 1st and I finished it March 19th. So it took me little over 2.5 months. I did not work on it monogamously. But I'm very pleased with my result on this. This is my first knitted sweater and my first piece of like wool clothing that I've made for myself. The fit is really perfect, but I have to say that the pattern was super difficult to understand. The instructions didn't make sense a lot of the time. When I first started this project, I cast on and ripped it out 5 times because I couldn't understand what she was saying. And it starts immediately with the chart pattern. So basically how this is constructed, it's a top-down sweater. And then you go ahead and you put stitches aside for the sleeves, you continue with the body, and then you come back and you pick up for the collar. So what I ended up doing, once I finally figured out what I think she was trying to say, was back here. So I started with this, got to the sleeve, and put the stitches aside, and I did about 1 inch or 2 on the body. And then I went back and I completed both sleeves, then finished the body, then picked up and finished the collar. So there was not only confusion, there was math errors. There were math errors in the pattern, and over here where the V is, there's a part on the project page on Ravelry that says do not join in the round, but where the pattern says, it says do not join in the round where the pattern says, and that she was gonna on her way home to fix it. Well, that note's been up there for years, and so I thought that she had already fixed it by the time I had picked up this pattern to work, because I got this pattern like a really long time ago. I downloaded it for free when she had first published the pattern. She was offering it for free. So I downloaded it, and it's been in my Ravelry library ever since. And so I thought, for sure, she's, fixed the pattern. It's all good. No. So just a note, if you decide to start working on this sweater, do not join in the round where it says to. Do not. I made notes on my Ravelry project page for this about the issues that I was having, and you'll see in one of the notes there, it'll tell you what I figured out, how it should have been, so that if that's helpful for you at all, you might want to go take a look at that. But other than the frustration with this pattern, I am super pleased with the finished result, and I'm a little proud of myself for figuring it out. I did not do the shaping increases. I just knit straight from the underarm down to the bottom of the sweater, because I didn't want it to be like super tight or have any like sizing issues, and this actually fits me really well. So yeah, this is my only finished object that I have to show you. Now moving on to works in progress. I am working on this blanket, so let me see if I can, it's actually live on the needles right now, so hold on a second because I don't want to lose any stitches. So I'm working on this blanket. So I am right here at the moment. It is a mitered square blanket. This is called Cascading Colors mitered square blanket from the Karen design team. So this is a free pattern. And I am knitting this in Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn again. This is a wedding present for my cousin. He is getting married in September, and him and his bride-to-be are a little bit more modern in their styling. So I thought instead of making them a really fancy cabled blanket, that a blanket like this would suit them better. These are their wedding colors, so like this kind of sagey green and blue and silver. So I've got about 3 rows done. I'm on my 4th row right here. This is the 4th row, and I'm on the 3rd square of the 4th row. This blanket, when it's complete, will have 9 rows, 8 squares across in each row. So I'm not even halfway through yet. But he's not getting married until September, so I do have plenty of time. My plan is to work 1 square a day, and that way I should have plenty of time to get this completed before I need to send it off to him for his wedding. So that is my first work in progress. This one has been living in this bag right here. Hold on a second. This bag, which my mom also made for me out of some scrap fabric that she had. My second work in progress lives in this bag. Again, my mom made this one for me out of some scrap fabric with the Hawaiian quilt looking print on it. And this is a pair of socks. So for this one, let me put it on a sock blocker for you so that you can see it a little better. This is going to be my first pair of socks, of knitted socks. I tried to knit a pair of socks a few years ago, and they were just plain vanilla socks, and I was bored out of my mind. I was so bored, but it was really a really good learning experience. I just couldn't bring myself to cast on the other side, so I still have that sock someplace, but I've never done the second side. So anyway, this is my first new sock. This pattern is called the All Is Calm sock pattern, and it's from Kay Jones at the Bakery Bears podcast. This is a patron only pattern, so you have to be a patron in order to get the pattern. And all of the patrons got the pattern for free at Christmas as a little Christmas gift. So obviously I am a patron of the Bakery Bears. I really enjoy Kay and Dan's videos, and I look forward to them every other week. But yeah, they do a lot of socks. Both of them knit a lot of socks. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try my hand at it since this pattern was free. And I cast this sock on January 23rd of 2018. So this is, I cast this on my very first night when I was in Hawaii. I had gone to Hawaii on vacation in January. I am from Hawaii, so I was going home to visit some family. Yeah, so I cast this on January 23, and it took me an entire month to finish this one sock. Again, I didn't knit on it monogamously, so it probably would have taken me a shorter amount of time had I done so, but I think I did pretty good. What do you think? So I did cast on the other one immediately after I finished this one, so let me just pull it out of the bag for you. I'm doing them on DPNs because that's all I had at the moment. So this is what I have right now. Whoops. So I'm still on the cuff. I've got 5 or 6 repeats of the pattern, and for this one I do 8 before I get to the heel turn. So these are 2.25 DPNs, and they're just regular boy metal DPNs from that sock set that they sell. And I have a little Ariel stitch marker, which is actually it's actually a charm. I got it from Disneyland. One of the artists I follow for Disneyland, they do like shows at the Wonderground Gallery. His name is Jared Maruyama, and he does these like cutie type illustrations. He came out with a set of these charms, so I've got other ones as well, but I'm using Ariel for this one because I thought that the yarn looks a little bit like water. So yeah, I'm doing good on my progress. I've been very focused on my sweater, so I haven't done as much knitting on the sock as I would have liked. But the yarn that I'm using is Patton's Croy Socks yarn in the color Turquoise Stripes. So there's all kinds of, there's a turquoise, and then there's a light teal, a dark teal, and a black. So that is my second work in progress. And when I say work in progress, I mean something that I am actively knitting. I have a lot of works in progress that I am not actively knitting on. If and when I do, you will definitely see them in one of these updates, but that's all I am working on right now. And then the last section of this little Yarnie update will be things that I have accumulated. New acquisitions, if you must. So, like I was saying, I had done that sock on DPNs, and I have recently learned how to magic loop. So I decided to go ahead and pick up this Chagu red. This must be the red lace ones. It just says premium stainless steel. 2.25 32-inch circular needle, so that on the next pair of socks that I work on, I can try it on the magic loop method and see which method I prefer. Now DPNs are a little fiddly for me, but you know, once you get on a rhythm with them, it doesn't really bother me as much. It's just when I think about it, they are a little fiddly. But yeah, I'm excited to try these out. I hear good things about Chagu needles, so that's the first thing that I have recently acquired. And then the second thing that I have most recently acquired is this lovely yarn or knitting bag. You see it? It's the Muppets. The Muppets. And I really especially loved it because, you can probably see a little bit better on this side, there's Honeydew and Beaker. I love Honeydew and Beaker. I should probably take this out for you. So I picked this up from an Etsy shop. Sorry for the crinkling. This up from an Etsy shop called Otterly Adorable Knits. So that's Otterly, like Otter the animal. Otterly Adorable Knits. And this is her large zippered wedge. That's what she calls it, large zippered wedge. So it has this blue zipper, this purple polka dot strap, and on the inside it's this green striped fabric. and it's pretty big. And I am super excited to use this. It's probably going to be when I put my next project in. And I think I want to do another sweater. I have a couple ideas of things that I want to do next. This was my first purchase from her, and I'm really pleased with it. It also came with this like a progress keeper. It says, "Pin me to your bag." So it's the little otter, and I think it's wood. It's a wood cutout. And I just noticed on the back of it, there are instructions for the Kitchener stitch. And Kitchener stitch is what I use to close up the toe of my sock. So that is super helpful. And I'm really happy with this purchase. And spoiler alert, I bought another bag from her just recently. It hasn't come in yet, but you will definitely see it in my next Yarnie update. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm really happy to be able to share something a little different with you on my channel. I know there are a lot of other people who also do yarn crafts and read, so I'm hoping that you enjoy my crafting as well. Let me know if you also knit or crochet, or if you do any kind of crafty things. And I guess until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.